welcome to Crunch Time. My name is Jack Bogdan.
My name's Alex Grinling.
And this is our review of Dragon Age Legends. So that was the trailer for Dragon Age Legends. Here is some footage for Dragon Age Legends. Let's actually start this off by saying this is the second Facebook game we've covered on the show.
I know, right? I was thinking the same.
You know, we had Zuma Blitz, fantastic game, made it into a few of our Game of the Year categories.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're following that up with Dragon Age Legends. Alex, you turned me on to this game, so I'm gonna let you start it off. But I've been there with you.
Yeah. So, where to start? I think that this is kind of the first Facebook game that appeals to hardcore. I can't believe I just used air quotes. That appeals to hardcore gamers, in the sense that it is a role-playing game that has all the tropes of role-playing games. You level up, you get loot, you get gold. Along with leveling up, you have your attributes and your skill trees. You get that you increase.
New armor, new abilities. You've got a castle you can expand on. You can earn new things.
I mean, there's so much stuff there. So the thing that I like, probably my favorite thing about this game, is that it incentivizes you to bring your friends aboard, because your friends, the way it works is every character, you call them into battle. Before every battle, you pick 3 characters. So it's you and 2 other people
on Facebook. Facebook friends that are also playing the game.
Right. And they could be your Facebook friends, or there are just a few CPU characters. And so you can call your friends in to battle. So they will battle with you, and then if you complete that fight successfully, they get 20 gold for helping you out. And it works on their end too. So they can call you into battle. Right. And so the next time you log into Dragon Age, you might have 20 gold waiting for you, or like I hadn't played in a couple days and I had like 120 gold waiting for me from someone,
And I hadn't played in a week, turned it back on yesterday. Thanks, friends. I made over 1,000 gold on friends using my character.
There you go. And so it's kind of funny. It's like the same mechanic that I liked in Fable, where all that money system kept going in the background, even when you weren't playing. so that when you come back to it, you have all of this money that you can spend on stuff. And
So actually, that's a really good point. Coming back to it. So let's actually, this is very much a social game.
yeah,
And it has tropes of waiting over time or buying the ability to just play.
right.
And I haven't yet whereas I have spent money on Zuma Blitz, I have yet to spend money on this game. I don't know have you spent money on this yet, Alex?
No, I have not.
Right. So I don't know. I feel like it hasn't quite gotten me to the level where I feel like I really want to do this now, or I should buy this.
Right.
Whereas Zuma Blitz had key moments where you were like, oh, I need that now. I want
right.
that.
Well, and a lot of that is that it is a PopCap game, which is like digital crack. So,
But I mean, I feel like they're trying with this though. There are so many things that you could potentially spend money on.
right. So you can spend money, like each character has like a cooldown time. So you can spend money to get around that cooldown time. You know, after you use them, you might have to wait 2 hours. If that character dies while you're battling, you're gonna have to wait like 6 hours for them to come back. So I think you can spend money to get around that. You can spend money on new potions. You can spend money, to get in-game gold, which in turn lets you, make more potions in your castle.
Buy more rooms, buy new kinds of rooms, buy new armor, buy new weapons, etc.
Right, and that's something we haven't really talked about yet, is the castle building mechanic, which is really cool because you have like an alchemy lab, an apothecary where you build like injury kits and health potions and mana potions.
And every time you upgrade that room, you unlock new potions you can build, and you reduce the cooldown on older potions, and
right.
you can.
And
yeah, go ahead.
So baseline is potions take like 37 minutes to make, and what was I gonna? I don't know. And you can add more worker rooms, so you get more workers. Those workers have like happiness ratings.
So you need to build taverns to keep them happy, and
right. And so just all the stuff we've talked about so far, this is a Facebook game.
It's so fleshed out, and the actual base mechanic of fighting, which I guess we should go into now, really satisfying. And in it, you have to think, which unit am I going to use? Am I going to use their special powers, etc.? So let's talk about it. You recruit your friends, right? So if you recruit a friend and you go through the battle, they're off limits for the next few hours because you just used them. But let's say you go into a battle, you recruit 2 of your friends, and you have waves of enemies. So you're on a plane. There's maybe 2 or 3 enemies. Could be 4 enemies. Could be more than that if they summon more enemies in after that. On planes, and you kill that wave, you move, you walk to the right, you move to the next wave, you kill them, you move to the right again, you kill them, and there are many more potential waves, but let's just say that ends there. You get your gold, or you get your potion, or whatever you get, and then you're done. You finish that little thing, and you've used 4 energy or 6 energy to do that battle. Your friends get it. Your friends get money. You get experience and money, and you move to the next thing to continue on your quest. Now, the actual act of fighting, there's a bunch of different characters you can choose. You can be a warrior, you can be a mage, you can be an archer, all that kind of jazz. And depending on how high levels your friends are, it depends on the attacks they'll have or the upgrades they've used, but all of that carries into your game when you're fighting. So let's say Alex what level are you now? You're high.
I think I'm level 12.
Which takes a while to get to. Level 12 is a really high level. So Alex's character is really badass. So I want to use Alex to fight in this fight. He's probably got a ton of extra, what are the diamonds technically called underneath the character? Is that the special?
I don't know. I mean, they're health and mana.
Yeah. So each character gets a certain amount of mana depending on how they've upgraded their character. And the mana allows them to do certain things. So for example, if you're an archer, you can do a special shot where your one move hits every character, no matter if they're in your row or not. And I guess the rows are another thing we should talk about. People are lined up in rows of, there are 2 different rows, or 3 different rows?
There are two columns.
2 columns.
And 3 rows.
Okay. So depending on where the character is, depending on what kind of character it is, it can either only attack the thing directly in front of it, or let's say it's an archer, the archers can shoot across, and so can the mages.
Right.
So, did I mention this game was really deep?
Yeah, and you have bombs that you can use, shock bombs that just take health away. You have like fire bombs, which take a little bit of health, but will take away a lot of mana. Mm-hmm. Agility bombs, they're grease bombs, and they decrease the enemy's agility, so that the agility impacts how many turns you can have during a battle. So you're effectively taking away their turns, and they can use all of those weapons against you. Some mechanics in it, the effectiveness of a certain attack might not be as much as another, but it will still cost more mana. So you run into like little mechanics that aren't quite fleshed out. Like, it doesn't make any sense why it's like that. Mm-hmm. But to their credit, they're updating this game a lot.
Yeah, the footage you're seeing is actually 2 months old, and my God, it's changed a lot. Yeah,
and that's everything from those little mechanics, like I talked about, to art assets. Icons are a little different now.
They upgraded the character
have big
visuals.
Heads on April Fool's Day.
That was pretty fun, yeah.
Now in the most recent update, they're a little more aggressive in trying to get your friends to play. A little too much so for my taste.
For me, there's already so many people playing. I've got literally 5 chunks of groups to go through on my list down there.
Really?
Yeah, I roll up there with Warren Spector and Ken Levine in my party. What up? You play with them too. You're with them too, Alex. I recruit you and them. They're good. They're pretty high up.
I need nerdier friends because a lot of my friends are not playing this, and despite my efforts to get them to do so. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I anticipate covering a lot more Facebook games in the future, just because the bar is being raised so high, and I really love what EA2D did here, and I feel like EA2D's main focus now is to create these kinds of really deep experiences for their brands on Facebook. Yeah. So, I mean, who knows what's going to come next? I know SSX, they're working on SSX, what's that new SSX called? Deadly Descents.
No, they dropped that subtitle. It's just SSX.
Oh, good. Well, so they're working on the SSX reboot. Who knows if they're going to do an SSX 2D version for Facebook? Right. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm excited just because this was so quality, and this is the first major project out of EA2D.
Yeah, and it's really great because, obviously they released it in tandem with Dragon Age 2. Also, really quickly, they give you incentives to buy other EA games. Well, in owning them, you get special armor if you have a Dead Space, save on your EA account, so on and so forth.
And you unlock items in Dragon Age 2 for playing Dragon Age Legends.
Yep. Which I got about midway through the game, and they were average, but still cool that they're doing it.
We got to wrap it up, Alex. Thank you, though, for watching. My name is Jack Bogdan.
My name's Alex Grinling.
And you find more of the show at crunchtimeshow.com. And talk to you soon.